Responsible in number 2, abolish boards as we know them. As we know them. There is one thing all boards have in common: they do not function. That was Drucker. Boards have been largely irrelevant throughout most of the 20th century. John Gillies. Board members are usually intelligent, experienced persons as individuals, yet boards as groups are mediocre. Boards tend to be, in fact, incompetent groups of competent individuals. That's John Carver. And I think Carver was wrong. You ever been involved with a board formed by people affected by an issue, hence parents of kids with cancer? Have you ever been with a board who insists the population they're serving serve as voting members? Have you ever been involved with a board who has been formed by the program participants themselves? Boards with members who are invited to join because of social status or popularity? Boards who have secured members based simply on diversity? Boards made up of members on a crusade? Boards comprised of other fellow service providers? Boards comprised of pastors? Present pastors accepted, naturally. Board members who don't attend meetings, board members comprised of other nonprofit executives, boards with members who are secure because they're rich, boards with members who are incompetent. Did I really write that? Friends, here's my point. Working group theory says this: any group that is more than 5 to 7 people is no longer a group that works. Furthermore, we are a corporation, and there is nothing, the only way this works is to understand that there's nothing natural about having a board in the first place. That you are a corporation that must apply free market enterprise principles in order to reach your goals. And that's what should drive the people that you put on your board. So in my board of directors, I have Redfern, who's an entrepreneur and a businessman who put 15,000 people on the state steps. I have in the person of Scott Hummerson, Wegner CPAs, because of his financial background. He's our treasurer. I have Jackson Doggett. I have the bat phone that I can call any time. And every time I call him because I'm angry about something being written, he says, Jimmy, just go to bed. He's our attorney. He's our legal counsel. I have Dr. Robinson, who is our program director and has spent her entire life in the nonprofit sector. Then, of course, I have Hani Korngold, who's our communications director. Since we are an enterprise, I have surrounded by myself with people that are smarter than me about all aspects of enterprise, and that's what drives my board, and our selection, and our size. This is an actual organizational chart from the University of Missouri about all the nonprofits that are within the college and the way all the different boards relate to one another. And I will just allow this to stand on its own in its presentation. This is the state of the nonprofit sector. Board training equals navel gazing. This, I got in trouble for this. See, what you all think is that I'm the bad one. Dr. Robinson calls me and says, Jimmy, you do know that board training equals navel gazing. And I said, what does navel gazing do? And she said, well, look at your navel. I looked at my navel and she said, what happened? I said, nothing. You get it. I had a consultant this week. I am not exaggerating. Said, Jimmy, if I had a nickel for every time I trained a board to fundraise and I didn't do it, I would be a rich man. And I said, you charged $1 million over the last 10 years training boards to fundraise that didn't do it. What do you mean if you had a nickel for it? You got $1 million for it.